coffee brewing as the sun peeks through the haze. Birds are chirping, serenading morning's praise. Front porch creaks as dreams fade away. America's awakened to a brand new day. Old vinyl spinning a sweet old tune. Day starts dancing under a sleepy moon. Loose print smudges on fingers of grace. America's awakened at her own steady pace. Sips of sunshine in a coffee cup. Simple moments lifting spirits up. From the mountains to the sandy shore. Morning in America, want just a little more. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Old vinyl spinning a sweet old tune. Day starts dancing under a sleepy moon. Newsprint smudges on fingers of grace. America's awakened at her own steady pace. Sips of sunshine in a coffee cup. Simple moments lifting spirits up. From the mountains to the sandy shore. Morning in America, want just a little more. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Tractors rumble, fields coming alive. Big wheels turning where hopes and dreams strive. Laughter echoes down the old dirt road. America's awakened to lighten her load. America's awakened to lighten her load.
Good morning. Good morning. I hope everyone here is having a very good morning. I'm taking a look here. I saw that Karen's Books, she beat out AVA for the first comment. Good morning, you two. Lulu, good morning. I was on Wise Angel UK's. I was in her chat yesterday. She did a tarot reading on me. So if she shows up, thank you again. So AVA is going to be in and out. No worries, man. Good. Good morning, Dwayne. I hope you're all having a good one. From what I understand, I haven't listened to it, but from what I understand, the main leech was going off last night. So I got a feeling she got some bad news. Rumor is she was reported to the IRS. Here's the thing. I've been reported to the IRS. You know, I've got my channel, and what I always tell people, you got nothing to worry about. You're doing nothing wrong. I never fear the IRS. I don't. Not at all. Because even if I did do something wrong, I'm not dealing with big amounts of money. So even if I did do something wrong, the very worst thing that would ever happen to me is they would take the 501c3 tax exempt status. Worst thing that wouldn't be because of a mistake. That would be because if I was purposefully doing something. So, and there's a reason why there's only t-shirt money in there. I've taken some of the super chat money. If I've said, hey, we're going to do a super chat for this, I have taken the super chat money and moved it in there. Yeah, IRS is the tax man. Uh, but I don't know why you'd get mad about that. But then again, I guess most people like I keep all of my receipts. In fact, I'm for last year's I'm sorting my receipts right now. And I do that. I keep everything because I take deductions wherever I can. And if you have receipts, and I keep my receipts, that's the other thing. I get them all filed, and then they get put away. I keep my receipts, so if someone says, "Oh no, that was a couple years ago," I can go back and pull the receipts, and I have them all filed by what type of receipts they are. So if the IRS tries to say I'm doing a deduction wrong, well, here I'll pull. And the thing is, like me and the IRS, we've had words. I'd done an amended tax return a few years ago, and they were like, "Okay, yeah, here's a refund." And then they came back later. They were like, "Oh no, you owe, um, you owe." It was like $800 or something because of educational credits I had claimed, and like when I looked at it, I was like, "Well, this is what you're saying it is isn't exactly what it is." I said, "Look, I could be wrong about this, but it's in dispute. I'll send you more stuff." I said, "But um, you know, well, I was never worried." And what ended up happening is they took it out of, because like we kept going back and forth. The worst thing you can ever do is ignore the IRS. If you start talking with them, they're like they will put a hold on penalties and stuff like that. The big problem people have with the IRS is they stop talking to them and they act like this will go away, and the IRS never goes away. You pick up the phone, and one day will suck because they'll put you on hold for forever, but sit on hold, get someone on the phone, send certified letters and say, "Look, okay, I acknowledge there's this dispute, we'll figure this out," and whatnot. And what they ended up doing was the money that they said that I owed was money that they had previously acknowledged and gave to me. So then it was withheld from my next year's tax refund because this went on for months. I almost never turn in my thing on tax day anymore. I always, in fact, I got to do in my paperwork now for an extension, just so I don't have to rush. So I did my stuff. I had already done my stuff for an extension for that year, but I put it all in, and it got eaten up by the refund. And then they ended up coming back to me even later and saying, "Oh yeah, yeah, we were in mistake. Here's that money back." California's doing that to me right now, and it's don't run from these people. Don't run from them. There is zero reason to run. So I'm gonna start doing Temu reviews. I bought this coffee cup warmer, and I have that here, and it's warm. It's first day using it, so we'll see how good this works, and I will do a review on it. Um, I've been buying little stuff off Temu. I also bought this little pen, so I'll do a review on these things, so that way you guys can see what's crap, what's not. Um, I like finding bargains. In fact, I will put up. I'll put up this website. I love going through this website. Okay. So this is slickdeals.net, and people submit to them deals that they find from all over. And you'll go through excuse me. It tells you how much savings there is and everything. The ones I really don't like are these credit card ones, cuz these are almost like, here, let's look at, oh, that's a promoted one. Yeah. So yeah, they're getting paid to put that up. Yeah, this one's a promoted one too. But sometimes they get these credit card deals where it's like the uh like you'll get X amount cash back or rewards. and it's really not for me. Um, so here's like a cooler. I mean, I might get a cooler. $100 is pretty decent price, but this is a Costco member, 20 Orca hard. So that if I needed one here recently, I would go for that. Window insulator kit. A little bit late in the year for me for one of these, but had this been in November, I probably would have bought one. I have insulated my windows just to save money. Um, Wolverine women's shoes, a contractor table saw, um, roaster, 2K dual switch. So I'm always looking for deals. Um, ooh, here's one. A DC power bank. So this is an uninterrupted power supply for $100. This is actually a really good deal. So I might consider this. I've been wanting a power supply here, uh, only because then sometimes the power goes out, sometimes we have problems, and if I could plug that down here and keep at least one of my screens and the computer on, that would help. Um, what is this? Is it speakers? Yep, speakers. So, slickdeals.net. I go on there. I find good stuff every once in a while. But I'm always looking for deals. Always looking for deals. Wow, we have a lot of people on X this morning. Good morning to all you fine people on X. Thank you for being here. In fact, I'm going to go to my X feed and we'll see what's going on. It is so crazy, this Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds stuff. Yeah. Some of these things have some really great deals. Don't be afraid to send me deals, and I'll even put them out to the channel if it's something really good. I don't know if you could answer. My son is supposed to get out of the Air Force in the next 2 to 3 months. He has 33 pages of checklist he has to fill out. Why is there no set date to get out? There actually will be a set date. It's called as EAS, end of active service, or ETS, they also call it. If he's, I don't know about the pages of checklist. My checklist was 1 page, but there were a lot of things that there was one signature I had to get, but there were a lot of things I had to do to get that signature. So I don't know why they're not giving him a set date. Feel free to DM me offline and we can talk about it. One thing you should be telling him to do, you should be telling him to email to himself or even to you, somewhere where you can get the email later, years later, get him to list out all the issues that he has had medically. Because if it's sent from his .mil email, it's a government record. And the VA later on won't be able to say, no, it's not service connected. You have documentation then. And journaling is allowed. So far, this thing is keeping my coffee warm. This little warmer. I'm going to use it for like a week before I do my review. Rescue teams in Alaska are searching for an aircraft. Well, here, I'll show you guys my X. There we go. An aircraft with 10 people on board after it was reported missing on Thursday, according to authorities. Latest major air incident that hit the United States in recent days. Yeah, we've had a lot in recent days. Interesting. But I mean, Alaska, A plane going missing, especially a small one with only 10 people, that's not exactly, something that stands out. Uh, The DSCC is rolling out Jobs Bank where asexual trans men can check these boxes off. Okay. Why just trans men? Oh, it does say trans women there. But in the thing it said trans men. Crypto convert Trump may create. Well, this only makes sense. Switching crypto into a commodity only makes sense. It really only does. And those against it, like, just don't understand it. Crypto, I'm not going to say crypto is the future of how we use money. Not at all. But it is going to fit in to how we use money. It will fit in. It will find its place. And anyone telling you not is just not forward thinking. Yeah, and you can also tell him to reach out to me, Karen's. Yeah, he can follow me on Twitter. My DMs are open there. We have he can call me at 225-395-1838. That's also bald 951 vet. You can text or call. Text is normally easier because I can respond to a text better than I can if someone calls me at a bad time. I do forget. I do get, sidetracked. But yeah, it can be overwhelming. It's a change. Any life change can be overwhelming. Small plane crashes into busy Brazil neighborhood in latest air tragedy. Body cam shows arrest of illegal immigrants accused of breaking into Joe Burrow's Ohio home. Yeah, I did hear about this. Like, it's like, you dummies. Like, Trump, you knew Trump was coming into office and these deportations were coming, and you broke into an NFL quarterback's home. I mean, maybe it's just where the money is, but seriously. This mother of a former Nevada National Guard sergeant filed a wrongful death lawsuit alleging her daughter died in part because of how the guard treated her after she reported being sexually assaulted. Oh, I believe that. Let's read this story, because having been in the military, yeah, I've seen what happens to sexual assault victims firsthand, and it is disgusting. The mother of a former Nevada National Guard sergeant filed a wrongful death lawsuit alleging that her daughter died in part because of how the guard treated her after she was reported being sexually assaulted by a fellow soldier and suffered. I'm not subscribing. Suffered exacerbated health problems as a result. He's also going through a divorce. Yeah, that'll make it tougher. And if he needs advice on that, I've been through it. Felicia Kavanaugh, who lives in Washoe County, is alleging in the suit filed last month that her daughter Allison Bailey was left without health care after the guard gave her an other than honorable discharge in January 2023. 2 months later, Bailey was dead. See right here, okay? We're kicking them out, and immediately, as soon as they leave, the military is like, "Oh, we have no responsibility." The Nevada National Guard said that while the situation was tragic, Bailey's discharge was ultimately the result of performance failures. An internal investigation by the Guard concluded that Bailey had created a hostile work environment, according to both the lawsuit and investigatory report. Was it a hostile lawsuit for the people or a hostile environment for the people that sexually assaulted her? Really? I know if someone accused me of sexual assault, that would probably be hostile. Like, how many times does this have to play out in the military? We've already taken sexual assault investigations away, so now they're doing reprisal. Excuse me, a skipper is on his high horse this morning. Nevada National Guard Captain Emerson Marcus said at the conclusion of the investigation into former Sergeant Bailey was provided the opportunity to rehabilitate her career before she was discharged. Oh, how magnanimous of you guys. An investigation by state police into the alleged assault, Bailey reported, ultimately concluded there was not enough evidence to make a prosecution. According to Marcus, he added that the accused soldier voluntarily discharged from the Guard in January 2024, but said he could not confirm whether or not his departure was related to the allegations. Okay, so you can't prove that it happened, but yet you're taking actions against her for reacting. This is just a very tough situation, a tough story, a tough thing for us to look back on, Marcus said. Bailey was 33 when she died from complications due to alcohol abuse, according to the complaint. Her two sons had found her in pain on the floor. She refused to go to the hospital due to a lack of medical insurance, the suit said. Bailey had been left without health insurance after she was discharged. So because the sexual assault happened, the military sexual trauma happened while it was on, the VA would have been obligated to give her treatment. However, because the VA puts all this red tape, especially on someone with an OTH, they pulled all this red tape to where you have to fight to get treated. This is an example of it. I'm wondering if this young lady took her life. We'll keep reading. And her request, so she did a request for medical treatment. Her request for medical, medical retirement. Her request for medical retirement from the Nevada National Guard was refused, the complaint said. So she asked, hey, can I medically retire? And they said, no, we're kicking you out. This is how the military operates. She suffered from depression, aggravated by the alleged sexual assault in 2020, as well as the post-traumatic stress disorder and several health ailments related to alcohol abuse, the complaint said, citing medical records. After a seizure in March 2021, doctors determined that Bailey was not fit for service, the lawsuit said. So why did you give her an OTH? She had a seizure. I used to get so fucking frustrated with all of my fellow officers. Like, why, you don't want her around. Got it. She had a seizure. Medically, get her out on a medical. No, she made it a hostile work environment. There were sexual assault allegations. Did you separate her from the people who assaulted her? Did you send her somewhere else to work, or did you send them out somewhere else to work? These are the questions an officer should be asking. What do you want to bet they kept her right there, or they kept the people that assaulted her right there? It was an investigation by the Nevada National Guard into allegations of bullying and harassment against her, which, according to the lawsuit, include that she had inappropriate sexual contact with a subordinate, the same person she said assaulted her, that led to her discharge, the suit said. Okay. But so you couldn't prove the sexual assault, but you could prove there was some type of inappropriate sexual contact ahead of time. She was a sergeant, okay? So an E5. So was this an E4? Because I'll tell you right now, I never gave a shit about sexual contact between E4 and E5. E3, okay, there we might be discussing some stuff. But again, she claimed a sexual assault. Marcus pushed back on the assertion that the investigation led to her being discharged and said that Bailey was given more than a year to rehabilitate her career after a report was created recommending she be removed from the Guard. Someone died here that didn't need to die. Nathan Lawrence, the attorney representing Bailey's mother, a young woman died largely because she was retaliated against. Yeah, hi. Oh, sexual assault. Let's investigate it. No, we couldn't prove it, but she did these things, so let's get her the hell out of here. Like, and then when she's having medical stuff, you deny a medical, like, denying a medical retirement, okay, but on a med board, just getting her out on a medical discharge, so then she gets a uh, general discharge, which she still gets all of her benefits with that. No, you had to go and give her an OTH. This is the type of people we have to make an example on people. I'm telling you right now, you never, if you're a leader, I don't care where you're at. If you're a leader, you never ever need to make an example out of somebody. All you do is put them into whatever process that you have, and you show your people that the process works. If you have to make an example of someone, you're showing that your processes do not work, and everybody has to be treated as a special case. Um, Marcus said in a statement, in the wake of a report by the or in the wake of a report by the state guard alleging that Bailey bullied and harassed other members, the guard will continue to defend ourselves and junior enlisted troops from bullying and harassing behaviors that formed on the basis for the soldiers' investigation and subsequent separation board. Oh, aren't oh, see, they're helping everyone else. And now a young lady is dead. Um, and we already know that she was having seizures, and she reported military sexual trauma. Marcus said that when given the opportunity, Bailey chose not to plead her side of the case or testify under oath. That's very, very common. Very, very common. A lot of sexual assault victims do not want, and this is why it's been taken away from the military. There's restricted reports, there's unrestricted reports. An unrestricted report is like I told my senior uh, person, and like now there's going to be an investigation. A restricted report is you tell the chaplain, you tell the SARC, the Sexual Assault Response Coordinator, and the command is notified that a sexual assault happened, but they're not told of the details. But yet the person who's been assaulted does get the help. Bailey entered the Guard when she was 17, the complaint said. Over time, she rose to the rank of Sergeant First Class, and the lawsuit said she excelled at her work. But in the summer of 2020, Bailey attended an event with her unit where she was drugged and sexually assaulted by a subordinate soldier, the complaint alleges. She was later ordered to serve as a performance evaluator for the same soldier, the complaint said. Bailey subsequently requested a transfer away from the major who made this order. Wow. Major Lori McAfee, and pursued a complaint to the Guards Inspector General. Wow. Okay, so now we're really getting to the meat and potatoes. So, summer of 2020, she claims that she was drugged, sexually assaulted. Then they put her in charge of the person who she had said that she was sexually assaulted. Wow. You okay, Georgie? Marcus said the personnel records show that Bailey never evaluated the soldier. Well, yeah, I wouldn't want to do that either. Um, that's like saying that's setting someone up completely to fail. In December 2020, McAfee held a session with the soldiers asking about their work environment, procuring multiple complaints against Bailey in the process. The complaint said the next month a non-judicial punishment proceeding was initiated against her. So there you go. She reported a sexual assault, and then they immediately go and start like looking for people to make complaints. Like, hey, does anyone have any complaints? AVA, the one thing I hated here, let me put this up. One thing I hated about the Army was when I was in, my command would promote based on color, not actual time in service or skill. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, that happens. But not just color. I saw it more with gender. I did see it more with gender. Um, Uh, the Nevada National Guard takes it very seriously. More than a dozen soldiers led a superior non-commissioned officers, creating a hostile work environment. She had sexual trauma. I think, yeah, she probably was unhappy coming into work and seeing her her rapist there every day. How would that make you feel? You probably wouldn't be the most pleasant person to work for. The investigative report was written by Major Michelle Touquet, who the complaint alleged was friendly with the soldier Bailey said assaulted her. This is another problem. This is another problem. You couldn't go outside the unit and get someone to investigate. Say, hey, maybe it's just a little bit too messy. Let's bring in someone neutral. According to a copy of the report, Marcus said that the report was not biased and that more than 30 people were interviewed through the process. The allegations contained in the report, which conclude that 15 soldiers were bullied or harassed, including that Bailey had manipulated her chain of command, had a habit of sexual relationships with colleagues, forged documents, and drank alcohol at work. But again, you didn't move her, you kept her there with her sexual assaulter. Uh, oh, I'll tell you right now, if you have a daughter and they're going into the military, you should teach them to expect to be sexually assaulted. The numbers are that high. They are that high. And I'm saying this as a military officer. I've been in the military. Those numbers are that high. Allegations. Oh, okay, yeah. The 2K wrote in the report Bailey was an extremely intelligent manipulator of persons, and that the soldier who Bailey said assaulted her had been made to seek professional mental health counseling from the anxiety she created. Why are you keeping them in the same area near each other? Oh my god. This article is like 101 of how not to lead. How not to lead. Like, if there's a problem, you separate the people first and foremost. Like, send them both away. Hey, we're gonna send this one over here until we figure out what's going on. According to state law, non-judicial punishment can be imposed for a minor offense. Okay, yeah. The use of a non-judicial punishment is a mechanism that Lawrence said raises important questions of law, namely whether Bailey was afforded the full benefit of the legal process. I have some mixed feelings about this. I agree in general with what he's saying, but like, there has to be some responsibility on the soldier as well. Yeah, when you have NJP, like, I've been threatened with NJP many times in my career. You know what I said every time? Okay, yeah, I'm going to deny that, and we're going to go to court martial, because what you want to NJP me on, you can't prove, and I'm not going to go into a process where you control everything and determine my guilt. No, I'm going to let a jury determine my guilt. But I was only know that because I worked with the staff judge advocate very early on in my career, and my friends worked in the SJ, and a bunch of them were like, "I'll never take NJP. I will always say no. I want a lawyer. We're going to take this to court martial, and if I have a lawyer that says." No, you should take NJP. I'm going to then go out in town and get me a civilian lawyer. Do not allow your daughters in the military. Yeah, right here. Here's AVA, and he's a veteran. He was in the Army. I was in the Marine Corps. Yeah. Yeah, co-ed barracks. Yeah, and that's exactly what they have today. And yeah, this is what happens. This is what happens. I believe at least your first couple years, you should be in gender-specific squad base. I believe that's why we're seeing so many suicides. You're put into a room with just one roommate. You're not put into that squad bay where everybody's together, where you'll form those bonds. Um, and those are lifelong bonds when you live in a squad bay with people. Lauren said that Bailey's behavior had changed due to the use of alcohol as a coping mechanism since the assault. It should have been recognized for what it was, an illness in need of treatment. Marcus said that Bailey did not take part in a substance abuse program offered to her, but he could not confirm whether or not she graduated. Oh, she did take part, but he couldn't confirm whether or not she graduated. In September 2021, the National Guard Bureau made a finding that adult sexual abuse had occurred in the line of duty. Okay, there you go. There was a sexual assault, but they can't prove it. But according to the suit, days later, the Nevada National Guard said that no charges would be filed against the accused soldier after an investigation by state police concluded. So they took the easy way out. Marcus said that the accused soldier voluntarily discharged from the Guard in January 2024, but could not confirm. So long after she's gone, now he got out. Whether or not it was related to the allegations. That September, Bailey was found guilty of the allegations raised against her. Her rank was lowered. Her pay was docked. Okay, so there you have it. She was retaliated against. They did all this stuff to her. Did they do it? They said, oh, yeah, we believe that there's sexual abuse. But they didn't do anything to that soldier, just her. This is what they do this to sexual assault victims all the time. She appealed, but never received a response. Never received a response, huh? No, you just kicked her out. Like, I wouldn't be mad if I haven't seen this play out several times over before. This happens all the time. All the time in the military. This is like in one unit, I would say this happens almost monthly. That is how common it is. Every month, something like this happens in virtually every unit. Definitely the majority. Definitely the majority. So that's that story. And I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up because I think this is a good story. If anyone has any contact with this mother, and I might reach out to this attorney, because this is bullshit. I've seen this so many times. Miss Marcus is her name. I'm trying to find it here. Oh wait, no, Marcus. Felicia Kavanaugh is the mother's name. Felicia Kavanaugh, and Allison Bailey was the soldier. And I might reach out to this. Where is the attorney's name? Is Lawrence? I might reach out to them. Because this is what happens. And it's bullshit. And you notice the chain of command, the investigator, the supervisor involved, all women. All women. Like, you want to talk about like people who will like do this stuff to a sexual assault victim. Female leaders will do it. Male leaders will do it, but don't think that female leaders won't. They will. Yeah, Sterling Sharp's going in the Hall of Fame. All right. Well, there we go. That's that story. I think that was a good one for today. I have stuff I'm going to be doing. I believe tonight we were talking Coop and Huff, Mr. Huff, Forever Huff's Living. They were talking last night about doing a stream tonight. I am on board with doing that. They were talking about doing every Friday. I don't know about every Friday. If they want to, I mean, there are some Fridays I like to have to myself. And me and TC, we were talking about doing like a veterans like Friday or Sunday. Maybe I'll reach out to him. Maybe we could do something on Sunday. But and next week I will have next weekend I might have recorded content. Might not be home. So I'm still trying to shuffle my schedule around. But thank you guys all for enjoying, for coming here, enjoying time with me, and reading that story. That was a good story. I'm glad we came across it. I might do more with it. We'll see. But yeah, thank you all, and I hope you guys are all having a good day. I hope Georgie starts feeling better. That was Georgie's day. I mean, if you guys want to do it every Friday, I might not be there every Friday. I do like my weekends, and if I don't have something going on, I just don't like to tie them up. And right now, we have every other Sunday tied up with doing Veteran Nation Live. So I need an Airsoft sponsor so I can live stream games, no cameras. Dude, I'm telling you, let's do some Airsoft videos. Like, let's do a stream or something where you explain to me. I've never done Airsoft, so I wouldn't even know what I need to get. So maybe we do a beginner's video and I can ask you questions. Everyone go check out A Veterans Affair Media. Go check out his channel. Right here is to his playlist. Check that out. He's got some good stuff. And we're trying to get his watch time up, because once we get his watch time up, he will be partially monetized. And when this stuff becomes easier, yeah. So, all right, guys, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate all of you. Appreciate all the questions, comments. Please share this, give it a like, subscribe, everything. And I will see you guys later. And as always, thank you for being worth serving.
Coffee brewing as the sun peeks through the haze. Birds are chirping, serenading morning's praise. Front porch creaks as dreams fade away. America's awakened to a brand new day. Old vinyl spinning a sweet old tune. Day starts dancing under a sleepy moon. Loose print smudges on fingers of grace. America's awakening at her own steady pace. Sips of sunshine in a coffee cup. Simple moments lifting spirits up. From the mountains to the sandy shore. Morning in America, want just a little more. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Old vinyl spinning a sweet old tune. Day starts dancing under a sleepy moon. Newsprint smudges on fingers of grace. America's awakened at her own steady pace. Sips of sunshine in a coffee cup. Simple moments lifting spirits up. From the mountains to the sandy shore. Morning in America, want just a little more. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Tractors rumble, fields coming alive. Big wheels turning where hopes and dreams strive. Laughter echoes down the old dirt road. America's awakened to lighten her load. America's awakening,